We have a coach in here. He might get us up so we can like warm up a little bit.
Yeah.
What happened? So, what time is it? I need a timekeeper. Can someone tell me when it's about 1:45 so I can get my act together and make sure I don't run over? Because I don't like doing that to people. And I also don't like making people wait, so I'll start. Okay, so I'm a dietitian, and I've been a dietitian since 1997, and I've had to evolve over time, so I don't subscribe to the basic I don't subscribe to the basic USDA guidelines anymore. I haven't for a while. You can't take care of people and hurt them, right? So I also call myself a quantum wellness consultant, even though I'm very new at using that term. And you'll kind of understand why I call myself that over time, but we won't get into physics, don't worry. I'm the CEO and founder of Wellness Clarified, and I've coined the terms blank slate diet because that's what I always called all of my patients whenever I gave them a dietary plan. I'm like, here's your blank slate. It's very important, of course, to customize a blank slate. I do have an ebook that's a non-customized one, but I really believe people should see me for help. And what we're going to talk especially about today is the rest. Exactly why you're here, to learn why a dietitian is saying that's not all about nutrition. What? That's crazy, right? So, you're eating right, you're getting your macros right on point. You even have the app measuring everything. I have people that are like, whoo, I was a dietitian. I never even measured as good as some of my clients have. Expensive supplements you're using, you're exercising like crazy, but you still might not be reaching the results that you want. So that plagued me for years in the hospital, but also the corporate realm. I was a corporate coach for a few years, and things started to really get to me when my night workers were much less healthy than my daytime workers, even when they were doing everything even better than my daytime workers. So that started to open up my mind to certain things. Their weight wouldn't budge, even though everything was on point. Their mood may or may not improve. Their blood pressure, blood sugar, all that stuff. More diabetic, simply because they worked at night. So that always stuck in my craw. So then comes my own health problems. Not me, I'm a dietitian. I shouldn't be having all these problems. Soon after I met my lovely husband, he still proposed, thank God. 60-pound weight gain in 6 months. Pain like you wouldn't believe. Multiple autoimmune issues. Found out I had RA later on. Thyroid issues, hyper, allergies, mast cell, pre-diabetes, anxiety, major vision changes. I still do have to use my readers though. Scoliosis. I would fall out of nowhere. I would just be walking and then fall. We have videos at home, video cameras, and all of a sudden I'd watch myself. I'm like, I can see what just happened. I would just fall. So I got, had doctor galore visits. The only thing I could do, because the weight gain, I had to do something. I'm a dietitian. I can't be overweight. I began walking. It's the only thing I could do. It didn't feel comfortable, but it's the only thing I could do. So I did it. And it helped that COVID came along, so I had a little bit more time. I was a corporate coach, but I was working at wellness centers and hospitals, so I was non-essential. So I had some time. I could work from home and walk. And I have this rabbit here because I'm the rabbit hole queen. I can look one thing up, and by the end of the day, I'd be like, oh shit, I never got that answer. Because I had time to go back to school. So that's good, because what they teach you way back when you're getting your registration or certification, it was good, especially before the internet. It wasn't as good as it is today. Like I said before, I had to let go of some of the things. You have to unlearn to relearn, right? So I did. I had time to do that. I didn't want to have the time, but I had the time. So I figured figured out that it wasn't the exercise only that was doing it for me. And since I only have 20 minutes to talk, I wanted to make this really, really cool and exciting, but it was the light that I was walking in. That sounds so boring and so subtle. I wanted to really excite you. But my sunlight that I was missing was freaking huge, and I don't even know how to emphasize that as much as I should and want to. But what that has to do with is your circadian rhythm. And if your circadian rhythm is off, the food guide pyramid should start with circadian rhythm on the bottom. If your circadian rhythm is off, what is it? I'll talk about that. We'll get that to the next slide. Basically, it's light and timing. If we're not running on a good light time schedule, your hormones aren't working, your mood's not working, things are not flowing in your body like they're supposed to. One thing's off, it is a domino effect. And again, the dietitian's like this. I should be talking about food, right? So everything in the body is on a 24-hour rhythm. We have clocks and all of our organs, our cells work on a rhythm. I think it's the SC and the super chiasmatic nucleus, and that's as crazy as I'll get the words. That controls everything, and if everything's synced up to that, everything's working better. Metabolism, I should say metabolism first because that's usually what people want to hear, works better. Our environment was failing our biology, my biology, the night shift biology. So it's over time, for the young years, we can handle this. We can work under certain lights at night that disrupt our circadian rhythm. We can handle it for a while. But there's a reason why when we hit our 40s and our 50s, things change. I mean, of course, there's menopause too. But we're seeing this earlier and earlier. We're seeing this not just in our teens, but in our children now. Because there are stressors that they're experiencing are changing their circadian rhythm like crazy. So, I put a dash here because the word gun isn't the best image. Okay, arrow. I'll say bow and arrow. Okay? Genes load the gun / bow and arrow, but the environment pulls the trigger. We talk so much about genes. A lot of our medications or especially our cancer medications are all about genes. But only 5 to 10% of our issues have anything to do with genes. The rest of it's epigenetics and how the environment affects our genes. So the root cause. What is the root cause? Well, I got to it a little bit, but so it's not just food. A lot of people think they just need that one NAC supplement. They just need that one peptide. Some peptides can be handy, but they still are not everything. If your circadian rhythm is off, it's not everything. And food too, if your food is off. Be careful with peptides, certain ones, they will make you starve and then you will seek candy, just by the way. I see it all the time. But I don't know about the ones that are not injectable. Those are new, we'll see how those go. So it's not just food, it's not just exercise, even though these are really important. Stress, yes, really important. Sleep relief, circadian rhythm, most important. So a healthy diet plus exercise and poor environment is still possibly poor health. So when we pursue comfort, that's our main issue. I like air conditioning. I don't know. Well, when it's not freezing. It's kind of cold out there. I love air conditioning. I don't want to be outside. I want to work inside, right? I don't want to get bit up in my backyard by mosquitoes. Foreign environment, though, just because it's not convenient doesn't mean it's not important. Our foreign environment, it's foreign to us. It's not how we evolved over the years. Indoor living and not being synced with nature and grounded to the ground, that's affecting us. It's an inconvenient truth. So, does anybody know what this is?
Liposome?
Oh, what? Close. Okay. It's an organelle, yes. It's the mitochondria. Well, at least when I did the search in Pixabay, they said it was a mitochondria. I like to not, get in trouble with usage rights. So, your mitochondria, we have them in almost every cell except the red blood cell, mature red blood cell in the body. Your mitochondria, we call them the powerhouses of the cell, but they are so much more. We have thousands in each cell. That's amazing. They are light sensors. They are batteries. They are antennae. They actually sense our environment. So they sense and read something called light, water, temperature, and magnetism. I'll explain. It's fascinating. I really wanted to get into the cool stuff with photosynthesis and how we are also photosynthesizers. But 20 minutes, I'm sorry. Come see me. We are very much like plants, more than we ever realized. Our sun actually supports, that's not my phone.
No, well, that's your 145 anyway.
Oh, okay, thank you. Okay, we're doing good, I think. I'll hurry. So our sun supports our mitochondria, which is very, very important. Our mitochondria, wherever our mitochondria, you know the phrase weakest link? Whatever our mitochondria, or wherever our mitochondria are the weakest link in our body, that's the disease we manifest first. So you see some people, they are stacked, they are looking good, but we don't know what's going on in their brain. They might be on their way to Parkinson's because they're using up, their mitochondria are slow in the one part of the brain. You don't know what you're going to get. Now there are ways to do certain, don't panic, there are ways to prevent these things more than you realize. Don't worry if it's in your genes. The environment is so darn important, especially if things are showing up more in your family. It seems like it's only a genetic thing, but it can be. So many things are so much more controllable than you think. Solar panels. Our skin is a solar panel. What's the worry there? UV light. I have information here that you can see me later. If you have a worry about UV hitting your skin and burning it, giving you cancer, yes. There's things that we can do, though, to mitigate the UV risk. UV is usually only risky if it's not with the rest of the sun's rays. All the UV, or most of the UV studies out there, are only using UV light isolated alone. But the other rays are supportive. And also, the light that we get in the morning in our naked eyes, or the ambient light, informs our skin later on, hey, UV's coming soon, you better prepare. We're not preparing our skin. It's incredible. And if we have eye issues, the retina health is very important to prepare our skin for incoming UV as well later on in the day, because you have different rays at different times of the day. You don't have to understand it all. It's just, I want to spark interest in you so you can help your environment so that you don't succumb to your family's diseases. More sunlight your body gets safely, the more efficiently your mitochondria can make energy. And I mentioned nuances because of the issues with UV. And it is interesting that the typical adult, they say typical adult, and this is supposed to be in the US, gets a half an hour to an hour and a half of sunlight a day. I know what we don't in Florida because it's too hot. We go to the car, come out of the car, we walk the dog in the shade, hopefully, for the most part. So, but we get 7+ hours a day of concentrated blue light. That's a problem. That blue light hits our mitochondria hard. And we didn't evolve this way. This is a huge problem. And it's hitting our kids like crazy. So much I wish I knew back in the day. So visible and near infrared light can precondition. I mentioned that before. Precondition the skin for the incoming UV light. So UV light isn't innocent, but it's, you gotta take it in context, right? That's too much. Okay. So your environment, it tells your mitochondria when to make energy, when to repair, when to rest. It just synchronizes your body, including your mitochondria, and that's really important. And light does that, I mentioned that before. It sets your circadian rhythm. You don't have to get into the physics of it, but we talk so much about calories. It's electrons we're worried about here. And don't even be worried, it's okay. But the hormone cascade, this is all off in most of us. If you've got any issue, you got a circadian issue. Water. I'm going to talk about water. It carries an electrical charge, but sunlight helps us charge. Water, it's not just the water we drink, we make it. We're going to get to that. What the heck is magnetism? Well, we are electric beings, and the Earth has a magnetic core, and we've evolved in a certain amount of magnetism, and it guides electron flow, it guides electricity in our body, it guides energy in our body. If we want to feel balanced and we're feeling a little on edge, if you put your foot on the ground, your feet on the ground in the grass, you will be grounded. You will expel electrons into the ground. It sounds so crazy and tree huggerish. You can touch a tree and you can do the same thing. Synchronizes your brain, your heart rhythm, stabilizes your nervous system. If you just don't feel right, get out in the sun and touch the ground. And your pets should do it too. So the water I mentioned before, we talk so much about drinking enough water. And that's important. But the water we really need is from your mitochondria. It's called metabolic water, some call it structured water, and it's still new to me. Still new to most people. So there's only a few people in the world that study it. It keeps cells plump, flexible, and electrically balanced. It helps you ground. The mitochondria produce this. Again, if your mitochondria aren't happy because they're not getting the right rhythm from your circadian rhythm, because you're not getting enough of the right light at the right time, they're not going to run well. Supports protein folding, detox, nerve signaling, even how your genes uncode your DNA, how your genes manifest. So you can have one person living in Costa Rica and one person living in New Jersey, and they might live the same, but be in a completely different environment, and they could have a completely different health profile. It doesn't mean you can't live in Jersey and be healthy, but it might be a little harder. So stay in Florida if you're from the Northeast. When metabolic water does run low, we have less energy, fatigue, brain fog, cellular dehydration, more oxidative stress. We're all taking our antioxidants because we want less oxidative stress, but if we take care of our mitochondria and circadian rhythm loss, hormones, huge, especially for sleep, digestion. So when you have low metabolic water, you have something that we call chaos, and chaos in the body is inflammation. And then, how does modern life? You already know, you can imagine how modern life does this. When we get too little real sunlight, I'm gonna I've said that enough, right? Eyes and skin, I don't want you staring at the sun. I only mention the eyes because the ambient light that you get outside, even in the shade, helps prepare your skin for when the skin is in the sunlight. And so you get less of a risk, you get less burning. I'll tell you, if you want to do a fun little experiment, wear sunglasses on your next sunny vacation. I'll apologize right now, you're going to get burned. But if you don't wear the sunglasses, it is individual, it does depend on the person, how healthy your eyes are. So be careful. I say just wear less glasses when you can. At first it's really bright outside when you're not used to not wearing glasses. It hurts. So do it first if you're going to build your solar callus of your skin or your eyes. Your eyes won't callus, don't worry. They'll callus if you don't have enough sun, cataracts, things like that. When you actually start getting more sunlight, start in the shade. Go slow, okay? Be careful. Don't say the dietitian told you had to go burn outside and stare at the sun. I'm not saying that. Grounding. The cells lose their electrical rhythm. It's a trapped charge, but you can expel. You expel your inflammation into the ground. It's fascinating. Fascinating. Okay, so that was too little. Doing too little of those things. This is too much. Artificial light screens. I love my Netflix. You understand? There's things you can do. Blue blocker glasses help cover your body because your skin also absorbs blue light. That's where I think most of the skin issues come from. Tricks the body's clock signal, dehydrates the cells. You know how important metabolic water is now. Too much EMF. That's electromagnetic frequencies. overwhelms your signals, your rhythm, including heart rhythm. But nutritional deficiencies can too. And stress, of course. Communication between the cells, your ability to hold water, all of this, it creates chaos. But don't worry, do not fear, I have ideas for you. And of course you have the food, the small little food thing. The only thing I'm supposed to be talking about is also a problem. And I could give a whole talk about how food is light energy. It's really cool stuff. So, don't worry, it's okay. We can armor ourselves. It's a process though. Don't go and bake outside right away, please. The blank slate diet and the rest is something I created over time. And now I feel good about myself. It's been 30 years, about time. I feel good about being a dietitian because I'm actually helping people now. And so, are you being facetious? No, I'm just kidding.
There's a prescription, I was looking at.
No, that's great. I'm just kidding. And you know
Something
I'm
in the
a...
last slide though, I wanted to bring to your attention.
What's that?
Just say how to,
Oh, did I spell it wrong?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Thank
you.
Yeah.
Thank
I'm
you. I love that. Thank you. I'll switch that. Thanks. So, should we live outside? Should we just be naked and free? No. I mean, yeah, more the better, but obviously that's not convenient. I coined a word I haven't really gotten into yet. I'm going to write a book about it, but it's called Enviro Style. I'm learning and working with general contractors to actually bring the outside in and the inside out. The elements of the elements you want from the outside to bring them in, and vice versa. So, blank slate diet. What finally dietitians talking about food. I love starting with this with my clients. Got to get to the blank slate and get what we evolved on. And as we get healthier, especially as our environment gets healthier, we can handle our fun on a Saturday night here and there, right? Adequate protein, healthy fats. What those fats are, you have to see me. I'll help you out and I'll give you the whole list. Mineral balance, very important. We forget about mineral balance. Less wrong carbs. That's a loaded phrase, right? What's wrong? See me, I'll help you out. But there are a lot of superfoods out there that are very inflammatory, especially for certain people, like me. Local food growers, this is what I was talking about, how I could give a whole other talk about the light found in food. Local food, seasonal food. We evolve on certain foods at certain times. I don't start with this, I start with this first, and then we have to get picky. And if you need information about a good site, I love this site. It's seasonalfoodguide.org. You can take a picture if you want. Yeah. Not that you should be eating all these foods. It does depend on the person. So, the rest. Nutrition and the rest. If you don't have the rest, no, that's okay. Come on in. Listen. 2 more minutes? Okay, the rest. I created a rest protocol that includes all the things that helps your circadian rhythm, your light environment, everything we talked that's going downhill improves with the rest. Get it? So, I give a little free wellness blind spot self-scan. You can either take it with you or take it at my table. You're going to see a blue and white, you're going to see a white table with a blue sign that's called Wellness Clarified. And this is basically what I do with my people. It was on that thing you just saw. So I do lifestyle consultations, wellness and nutrition counseling. I don't just look at your body, I look at your environment as well, how you're living. But I also do, now I became an EMF specialist because I think it's that important. Electromagnetic field consultations. I measure and help consult you on how you can mitigate stressors that might be shooting yourself in the foot when you're trying to do all this nutrition and exercise. I do a free ebook, the Rest Protocol. The code is provided at the table. And if you can't find it, if you don't see me at the table, contact me. I'll give you my phone number right now, and I'll send it to you. I just started peptide support services. It's the micro injections though. I just started working with them because I don't like what I've been seeing with the big Ozempics and Zepbound and things, because my clients who are coming to see me now did lose all their muscle. They were overdosed. They were just overdosed. I found a company that I trust. It is still injectable though, and they might be might be trying the, going around that. I haven't seen stuff. I don't know what the lady was talking about before me. Maybe you guys can tell me what company that was. I want to do research to see if we can get around the gut. But I haven't seen any papers that I appreciate enough to say that we can get around the gut yet. But I think it's coming. What do I have here? Oh yeah, I have tons of discounts at my table. So I hope that you come to visit me. I also give a metabolic enhancement report. It's my favorite thing to do for people, because I look at everything about you and I write a book about you and I teach you. I actually give you references. I educate you on what's going on with your body, your root causes, and how we can use the blank slate diet and the rest protocol to make you feel better. So this is physical stuff what I give you, right? But it lays the groundwork so that you can enjoy the quantum stuff, so that when you try to meditate, you can feel comfortable enough to actually have a great meditation session, right? So I hope you have a beautiful time here, and thank you so much for being here today. Here, you can take a screenshot of that. And thank you. Is there any questions? I know that we have to go because there's another speaker coming, but until they're here, hey, my speaker before me was late too. So. Any questions?
He was here, he just stepped out.
Oh, okay. He's like, all right, I give up. Any questions while he's not here?
I do have one.
Yeah.
If a person is mostly vegetarian, but takes in a small amount of meat, what would you say would be the amount?
Oh, that's a loaded question. It depends on the person. Digestion has a lot to do with it. Some people don't digest well in general, so they need more. But I could help you figure out what protein would be the biggest bang for your buck. Eggs are one of the best.
Oh.
One of the best, but some people are sensitive to eggs, so it does depend.
Okay.
Yeah, fish, I should say. Yeah, fish first, then eggs. Yeah, eat your fish, get your sunshine and ground. Thank you guys. Thank you so much.
Oh, perfect. Okay, great.